this is Ken Kaplan from the New England Motorcycle Museum, and boy, do I have a treat for you today. I'm here with my good friend Bill Hughes, and he purchased this 1971 Norton 750 Commando Roadster with a Dunstall body kit, brand new in 1971. This is the type of story that legends are made of, that we've sold 1,500 motorcycles in the last 4 years, classic motorcycles, and I would say there's only been one or two others like this that have this type of provenance and history behind it, and the story is just unbelievable. So bear with me here. I got to tell you the whole story. This bike was purchased brand new at Gus Kuhn Motors in London, England. So actually, he flew over to England to purchase this over there, and actually registered and rode it there for a while. Also, when he was over there, he had it set up with a Paul Dunstall touring tank in the GT seat, as well as a caravan luggage rack and the oil cooler when the bike was brand new. So this bike in 2008 won the first place award at the Specialty Norton class at the Lars Anderson Auto Museum on the Classic European Motorcycle Day. The bike is in perfect condition mechanically and cosmetically. We'll demonstrate that with a running demo later. The frame itself has a total of 21,000 miles on it, but he went through the bike completely, top to bottom, front to back, under 1,500 miles on a complete rebuild. The bike sold for, everything here I'm about to mention from here on out is included. These are the Dunstall clip-ons, factory original Dunstall clip-ons, which I would appraise these at somewhere around $250. Then I've got the actual original toolkit for the motorcycle. This is the original Norton made in England toolkit that comes with it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wrenches, the spark plug tools, a shock adjuster, and some other tools. What's this one for, Bill?
That's for the oil tank drain.
That's for the oil tank drain. He's got spare keys to beat the band here. He's got like 2 or 3 sets of keys off camera in here, and he was talking about how his wife said this bike is such a piece of their heritage. It's been part of their family since Bill was 21 years old, and his 2 sons were here with him at our opening house, and how much it meant to be a part of that, and what this bike really means to him. And it gets better when I tell you, eventually we'll get to that point, why he's selling the bike and what he's doing with the money. He's actually donating all the money to a charity, so that's of special interest to him. So back to the paperwork here, and the tools. The complete factory tool set, a brand new set of Ferodo brake linings, extra keys, and here we get to the real goodies. This is a Dunstall rear set, actual aftermarket Dunstall rear set, and one of the pegs for the other side for the rear set. And this is the stock kicker. If you look, the kicker's in like new condition. What year did you change to this kicker, Bill?
The one right on the bike now?
Yeah.
That was just bought brand new.
What year?
It's a 1970.
So 1970, this was put on here. That gives you an idea of the shape this bike's been kept in, because it looks like it just came out of the box. It's in absolutely pristine condition. Why did he change this? Well, this gives you a little bit better kick than a stock one, and it also has the ability to clear the rear set. So if you want to put the rear sets in the clip-on, the bike's all set for that. So you get an extra kicker. This kicker here, this is another $150 bill, easy. So he also has a set of the Roadster. This is a Norton 750 Commando Roadster. These are the OEM decals for it. He's got a set of. And then to the literature, this is really good stuff. He's got the original parts list, 750 Commando parts list, that's included. The original Commando workshop manual is included, Norton Villiers. The original 750 Commando rider's manual, and this is something you don't see, an original title from 1971. 1970 Norton 750 motorcycle. He purchased it in 71. It was actually titled at the Massachusetts Certificate of Title, Massachusetts Motor Vehicle Registry, and it was signed by him. A true one-owner bike. He's standing right behind me. We'll talk to him in a minute. Here's the tax paperwork when he paid for it. This is the actual Gus Kuhn Motors over in, I told you earlier, he flew to London, England, and purchased this right from the dealer there as part of the experience. The bike costs $454 out the door. 454 pounds, I'm sorry. How much is that in US dollars?
About $1,005.
So about a little over $1,000, which wouldn't buy you the wheels off of it today, but at 50 years, there's quite a bit of inflation. So here's the actual manual receipt, $1.40 for the manual, and some gaskets, and so it's $1.80, which you can't get much these days for that. But here's the actual Treasury Department of the Bureau of Customs when he imported it to the U.S. There was a fee, $66.60. That was in 71, August of 71. He bought it back over here after he purchased it and rode around for a couple of weeks over there. What is this paperwork here, Bill? This is the
Those are the insurance registration titles and stuff like that to purchase and own and have insurance on the bike when I was riding it in England, in Europe, and Northern Ireland.
So just a fantastic documentation in full provenance. It doesn't get any better than this. To have the original owner standing right here. There's no, this bike's never been crashed, smashed, left outside or anything. It's been babied its entire life. Like his wife said, it's a part of their heritage. And he's only letting it go to give it to a cause that means a lot to him that we'll talk about in a minute. So this is the, this comes with it also. It's the board here that you'd put with the bike if you're going to put it in a show. Was this at the Lars Anderson show when you won first place?
That's the picture of the Lars Anderson.
Yeah, that's the Lars Anderson Museum, the mansion in the background. That was this bike won first place. Something about the burgundy paint job, the dark red with the gold Norton logos and the black. It just pops. It's a beautiful color for this bike. The Dunstall seat is nice and looks like it's really comfortable, and it gives you.
That's been recovered.
It's been recovered. So
recovered. Yeah, it was worn out after.
Yeah, after. Yeah, absolutely. So just a beautiful bike. The shocks also were replaced. These have less than 1,500 miles on them. Are those NOS shocks, Bill?
They were bought from either Coventry Spares or some Norton supplier.
So they're an actual Norton set of shocks. So the suspension, the engine, the tires, everything was completely rebuilt on the motorcycle. Where's that piece of paper that we wrote down all of the service items that you had done to it?
Right under that.
Oh, here it is, right here. We got to go over this quickly. Look at the bike, Kenny. When I mention what part I'm talking about, you can focus in on it. He just gave it a full detailing, front to back, top to bottom. Probably, in our detail shop, a detail job like this will take 8 to 12 hours. A lifelong love affair with this motorcycle that ended and accumulated in a 3-day detailing session. And he went over that before he bought it to the museum here to be here for opening day in the display. He went through it top to bottom, washed it, waxed it, detailed it. He even took the rear wheel off of it and polished the aluminum on this side of the wheel, cleaned the rim with quadruple zero steel wool and chrome polish. That's the original rim. Look at the chrome on that rim. It's beautiful. The swing arm, he touched up the paint on the inside and outside of the swing arm wherever it needed it while the wheel was off and thoroughly cleaned that whole area, including the shocks on the front end. He didn't remove the wheel, but he did polish the aluminum. You can see the aluminum on the forks has a real nice shine on it. The chrome's in beautiful condition. The rim was cleaned with quadruple zero steel wool and just everything gone through. He said he had 3 days into it, 3 full days of detailing the bike. All the aluminum was polished on the valve covers, on the intake and exhaust. The side covers, he polished that by hand. All the chrome, the exhaust, everything, top to bottom. He also touched up the frame rails on the downside. And if you look at the bottom of the motorcycle, Kenny, can you get down here and look at the bottom? If I get out of your way, then I don't know if the camera will angle up there, but when you look. Right up in here, all the frame rails are just immaculate on this bike, super clean. This is not a bike that has had a frame-off restoration. This is the engine, to my knowledge, has never been out of the frame, correct? Just the top end. This is just a bike that's been well cared for and lovingly stored for 47 years. So this is the original license plate on the front. When I first saw it, I was like, geez, maybe we should take that off. And he's like, no, that's from England, right? That's what they do over there. And this is also, they put these on at the dealership, so that's the actual factory plate from England if you don't know what you're looking at, which obviously I was ignorant of that. That's the oil cooler that went on the bike when it was new, so you know the oil's always been kept nice and cool. He also touched up the, see these bolts back here? When he had the ass end off the bike, he cleaned everything, the chain, everything's been thoroughly cleaned, and he painted these bolts, the bolt mounts right here, the original proper silver, all the aluminum was detailed. Bill, did I leave anything out on the detail job? Because I know how long it takes to detail every nut and bolt on a bike, and I think I covered a lot of it, but did I leave anything out?
No, I think we pretty much got a lot of it, and everything, stuff like that, but it's just been, different different people helped me out. My son helped me out. A good friend helped me out. So there were, like you said, there were a lot of man hours went into just getting this bike ready for your grand opening down here when you had the ribbon cutting at the museum.
Those two, I forgot. You put.
Yeah, those are new original.
These are new original NOS 750 Commando stickers, not reproductions, that he just put on there also a couple weeks ago before our grand opening. That's about it. I mean, there's a 2-page list of notes of stuff that he had done on the final detail. So actually 3-page. So it's detailed to a high degree, and it's an original. This isn't one that had a frame off. This is an original bike. One of the other cool pieces, Kenny, did we get through all the paperwork over here?
We did, Ken.
We went through all the receipts, everything. I'm pretty sure we did. Went over the Wentworth tool set, which is original, that comes with the bike. He also, does this come with the bike, this brochure, or is this something you're keeping?
That can go with the bike, too.
Okay, you sound a little hesitant on that. I figured I'd ask.
It's just a tad hesitant.
Check this out.
Maybe we can make a copy of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, we will. We'll get you a color copy. This is the 1970 Norton factory brochure, which I think he told me this was the thing that motivated him to fly to Europe and buy one, which I think it was the babe in the background there. So, every 21-year-old guy wants that, right? So, on the front is a yellow Norton Commando 70S. When you open the inside, this is his exact motorcycle, the Commando 750 Roadster. And you can see here's the original factory tank and seat, which to me is priceless. Where are you going to find another NOS one that's basically brand new? So 50-year-old tank that's basically brand new. Just a couple little scuffs in it from storage. But seat is in beautiful shape. This is the exact motorcycle. So it comes with this factory brochure, which has all the specifications on the back. Again, a full provenance on this bike, full history from the day it was brand new. And the reason Bill is letting this go, he has 2 sons that were interested in the bike also, and the family made a decision as a group, him, his wife, and his 2 sons, to donate the money from the sale of this motorcycle. And I'm going to let Bill take it from here. 20% of the proceeds of the sale of this motorcycle, he's donating to the New England Motorcycle Museum. That's our standard brokerage rate for doing the videos and pictures and selling the motorcycle and delivering it and everything. If you have a vintage motorcycle you want to sell, we do estate sales, we do collections, we buy 1 to 1,000, all types of motorcycles, Japanese, English, Harley, American, whatever you have. So give us a call if you want us to provide the same service for you. And with that, so there's 80% of the money from the sale of this motorcycle, Bill is donating to a couple of charities. Go ahead and explain, Bill, yourself.
The first charity is my brother's keeper, and it's a good friend of mine. He works with an outreach in Israel, and he has like a food program, he has a hot lunch program, and he has a support program for a kindergarten and everything, so that he's trying to make the best thing possible for these kids that are just dealing with a really difficult situation. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee himself, but he has been in Israel. He was part of the Israeli Defense Force for a number of years. The second gentleman I'm going to be supporting, a significant part of the proceeds to, is Kelly Koski, who is on the mission field in South Africa. He made a commitment for a 40-year commitment, and he's into year 32 of it. But it was interesting, the tie-in and the connection. When I told him about trying to get the Norton ready for sale, as it turns out, he had a Norton Commando back in the 70s himself.
Wow.
So it was just like, full circle of how the Lord brings things around to so many circumstances for people working to get things done according to help out the needs of so many people that are in need and stuff like that. So, I've just been blessed with it for 47 years, and it's time to move it on to a new home or to a museum or somewhere where it can appreciate it and valued for people understanding the history and the circumstances of what's taken me through with this bike. Like Ken was saying, I originally bought it in England, and then once I got back from England, I was in a teaching position and I had summers off, so I did a cross-country trip on this Commando and went out to Arizona and San Diego and Modesto, California and stuff like that, and just had a great adventure, seeing a lot of people and meeting a lot of just different folks on the road, which so many people that tour with motorcycles understand what that's all about.
It's a grand touring machine. That's what it's designed for.
Exactly. So, we've just been blessed, and, I've been so appreciative of Ken and his son Kenny It's been working with them for over a year just to get this all put together. And the big push was, again, the open house. And I was so blessed to see that ribbon cutting taking place.
That was
that,
awesome.
That years of fruition have gone into that, and it's just a day to celebrate. A day to celebrate for sure, and everything. So here we are, folks, and they'll be putting more of this material together and getting it in a apple pie ship-shape order for you all to have an understanding of what more goes on with this bike.
Well, we're also going to do, you probably may have already seen, depending on how Kenny structures the video, but the riding portion, you get to hear it run. And I think I want to wrap it up by saying, if any of the benefactors of our museum want to purchase a classic Norton Commando Roadster, this would be the one. This is full provenance, and it's in fantastic shape. And I think we have a special price if it's going to a benefactor that's going to stay at the museum, a little bit below the buy it now price that Dave was okay with if the bike did stay here. So contact Kenny Jr. or myself if you want to buy this and leave it at the New England Motorcycle Museum, which would be ultimately our dream for that to happen, to have the bike stay here. You're not going to find a finer 1970 Commando than this, and they're going up in value. They're still affordable, but 3 to 5 years down the road, these are going to be north of 20 grand. For sure, they're going up in value, so it's a rock-solid investment. Dave, Pete, some of the other benefactors that we have that have been buying bikes and leaving them here, if you're looking for a sweet Norton. I think Dave's looking at some British bikes, so I'm going to send him this video first. So that's about it. Thank you for watching the whole video, and if you're interested in the bike, call us. Good luck bidding on it, and God bless America. How about that? First kick, baby. In 14 months, this bike's going to be 50 years old. Motor sounds tight. Dunstalls have a nice bark to them. Listen to that, huh? It sounds nasty. That's one sexy sounding bike right there. Man, that sounds great. Hoorah! Sound of Norton 750 I've ever heard. What a fantastic machine. That thing sounds awesome.
She goes.
Wow.
She goes.
I'm not sure if you can tell by the camera, the metal flake's pretty heavy on the paint. It's a gorgeous paint job. It's got some real nice metal flake in there. The paint job was done the same time the rest of the work was done, so everything's tight on this bike. Super nice on point, yeah.
And stuff like
Yeah,
that.
with in 14 months, she'll be 50 years old, so it's rapidly approaching that half a century mark.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Boy, it sounds damn good. I think it's aging as well as I am.
It is. It is.
I'm 53, and
it's been an
I'm hanging in there.
incredible situation.
Yeah, it's a fantastic bike. Thank you so much for sharing it with us today.
What a great story as
And
well.
thank you.
And,
appreciate it.
I'm
Kenny,
really
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
really honored to be a part of the process of turning this into a donation for charity. So glad to just be a small part of that.
Well, there's so many people that we've supported over the years that are just going to be blessed. It's going to be, passing it on and everything. Keep it going with people, Preston's and helping others out along the way and stuff like that.
It's going to a great cause.
We just give the glory, the glory to the Almighty Power up there, because He guides our hearts, guides our steps, and as long as we walk His path, He'll carry us through wherever we go. And for those of you that ride, I just encourage you to come down and get to visit this exceptional, New England Motorcycle Museum. It's by and far one of the greatest places I've ever been to. And for those that ride, keep the shining side up, and God bless all the time.
Absolutely. All glory to God.
Amen. Amen.